Hey, what's up, everybody? And Davis here. Um, I really want to apologize to everybody. I've been on hiatus for like up to 2 to who knows how long weeks on hiatus. Basically, I've been working, the job, and really haven't had time to like really make my own videos and stuff like I used to, and I apologize for that. So, what I'm gonna do and make up for it is basically give you two videos today. One video will be about me basically talking about Fairy Tail. Another will be about Digimon. Something actually I was inspired to do a Digimon video since Owl Digimon did his little thing about the episodes and how Digimon and stuff like that. He answers questions. Go subscribe to him. He's a really cool dude. Subscribe to him. I think he's Norwegian. I'm not sure. He's Norwegian. He has an accent. He's Norwegian, I believe. I think he is. But that's besides the point. What I'm going to be talking about today is basically Fairy Tail, the manga slash anime that's out. That was made by Hiro Mashima. And let's see. I remember King of Lightning had made a video about the rise and fall of Natsu and how like Natsu is such an underdeveloped character, and there is like I do agree with a lot of things he said, but the one thing that really like piqued my interest was the Lisana relationship that Natsu has. I mean, you think about it, Natsu was really he wasn't really in love with this chick, but I guess he has some kind of feelings for her. And I mean, they did raise a talking cat together for a while until she passed or whatever. Not really passed, but she's still alive. Spoilers, blah blah blah, whatever. But I mean, he really had deep feelings with his girl. I mean, he would lash out at anybody who talk about her and stuff. And then when she comes back, he just treats her like she just never left. And I mean, I really didn't like how Hero did that. I feel like he could have made Natsu a little more protective of her, because if you think about it, did Natsu even get really pissed off when Bacchus was wanting to sleep with both her and Mira Jane? Did you really see the reaction? Well, actually, I don't think he actually showed up to the arena, but I mean, there was a bet behind it though. He could have, I'm pretty sure if he heard about the bet, he would have been like really pissed off. I mean, Elfman was a little more pissed off than Natsu was, and I understand that's their brother and stuff like that. But I mean, Natsu really had history with this chick. I mean, with I thought he would take her coming back from the dead. Well, she never died, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about. And another thing about Fairy Tail, well, it's not really about Fairy Tail. It was more about the character in Fairy Tail. Now I'm talking about Fairy Tail as a guild and as an anime. The guild seems kind of lacking a little bit. Let me explain. They just okay. They're not very. Yes, there's some are very strong. Some have strong will. They want to give up and all that stuff. But they just try to use that friendship crap too many times. I mean, yes, I understand, like, you have friends that care about you, and stuff like that, but then there'll be some times where you don't have your friends to help you out, and you have to do things on your own. And I feel that the guild doesn't really do that much. There really is no independence in that guild. Well, except for Loxus and Mystagon when he was there. I mean, Loxus, he did his own thing too. I think him and Mystagon are like the only two serious people that are in Fairy Tail. Well, Mystagon's not in Fairy Tail anymore, but Loxus is, he's not really. I mean, yeah, he's kind of jokey, when something funny happens or whatever, like when he's pissed off about somebody messing up or blah blah blah. Like that's funny, but other than that, he's not really like. a ha ha type of guy. I mean, he did, you know, try to actually control the guild at one time. I mean, and almost kill people in Fiora just to do it. I mean, yeah, he's not really the funny type of guy. And the thing that really irritates me is that the Master had so many cheating death moments. It's not even funny. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, if you're gonna set up that this master, this old master has been he's the third master. He's been around for who knows how long. Actually, it's like I think it's like what 70, 80, whatever. But anyway, like he's like just well around death so many times. Why not just like stop teasing and just go ahead and kill him off? I mean, if you think about it, he has a lot of character development already. If you haven't noticed, I mean, when on the Tenor Island arc, he got to fight his old master, which was actually the second master before Mavis. I mean, and Hades was actually the second guild master of Fairy Tail at the time. And I mean, like they had this little fight or whatever, and I mean, it was something similar to like I guess Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, duking it out and stuff like that, master versus apprentice, and that type of thing. I just kind of feel like and even before then, the Phantom Lord arc, he could have died. Um, actually, no, actually he only had two or three times of death. One was in Phantom Lord, the other one was in Tenor Island arc when he was fighting against Hades. Another time he was fighting against Ichnologia. Though I really think he should have died that time. Like that really like just irritated me that he didn't die that time. Not saying, oh, I hate Makarov. No, I do not hate him. I just think that his people need to die in some animes. That way, their deaths can be the stepping stone and the foundation that makes a guild or a certain group stronger. You know, um, let's see if I can make it. This, it's I don't know. I don't know how to say this. It's like you know how like when I guess let's take what was I about to say? Oh, let's take for example Yamamoto's situation with what happened to Sasakibe, his former vice captain. Yamamoto was one of the most wisest. He was he didn't really like take things too seriously unless they have to or whatever, and he wouldn't let his emotions get the better of him. That all changed when his vice captain died. He started just to go on a rampage. He wants to instead of waiting for them to be attacked, he wants to go on the offense. And I just wish that like Fairy Tail would just do the opposite instead of just having to go on the offense. They would try to do defense and try to, I guess, survive. They're not trying to survive. They're just trying to, get themselves killed or whatever, and not hesitate or use friendship and all that bullshit. I mean, think about it now. How do they survive out in the Logia's, fire breath of doom? I guess they used the power of friendship. They were holding hands. It's like, and they protect the barrier. And it's like, you have this cool ass dragon, like the first dragon you have seen in Fairy Tail since not Fairy Tail anime, but yeah, what I mean is like it's the first time in 7 years a dragon has appeared, in the world of Fairy Tail. And then he, dominates everybody, but then all of a sudden they use his friendship power and, you know, he just tries to kill them off and then all of a sudden they're still alive and it's like, what the fuck? And I also didn't like how the time skip would happen. Yes, I do know what happened. What's going on with the whole Grand Magic Games? That they're setting up this eclipse plan, and they need a celestial mage to, well, not celestial mage. I keep forgetting. Uh, like a summoner, like the summoners with the keys and stuff like that. That's what Lucy is, and anybody who wields keys can use spirits and blah blah blah. Those type of mages, but just I don't know if the plan works, then maybe that's why the 7 year time skip was necessary, because it took them 7 years to make this eclipse plan happen. I mean, I don't care if it fails later on. I just want it to happen, because otherwise this 7 year time skip was a complete waste, to be honest. And I think Fairy Tail now is on an anime on a filler now, but it's gonna be a pretty long filler, because because Fairy Tail had just went to this time skip already, and the Grand Magic Games had just happened after that. So I mean, like, they need a long, like, I guess 50, 60 episode filler, just to span the gap between the time skip and the Grand Magic Games and stuff. Because I mean, it's just that I hope they help. I mean, I hope they make a longer anime fillers. That way, you know, it doesn't coincide with each other. Because you think about it, Fairy Tail doesn't have their fillers are not that long. So this would be a first time that actually the filler is like, more than just 12 or 13 episodes, or maybe even less than that. And what else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, Raventail. Raventail is awesome. I don't care what nobody says. The Raventail is the most legit dark. Well, actually, they're not even a dark guild. They're just a recent guild that just happened to like register, and it's like these guys have waited and planned for this, and I mean they're the most legit villains I've seen ever. Because to be honest, earlier Fairy Tail, the enemies were not all that powerful. Well, they were powerful, but they weren't as dark and evil as these guys are. I mean, you look at the past dark guilds the Fairy Tail has faced so far. Phantom Lord. Yes, Phantom Lord. The Element 4, Gajia was there. Nah, bleh. Then the Orcon says. Those 6. And then Zero showed up at the end too. Nah. And then we have Grimoire Heart. Old Guildmaster Hades from Fairy Tail. But Raventail? They're like the most legit villains I've ever seen in my life. Like, they just don't care. I mean, and the whole sock thing, that was kind of stupid if you think about it now. It's like, well, I think I know why he did that, but he just did it in the wrong way. Like, I guess they don't care about ripping up sentimental values and stuff like that. They'll just do it anyway. And I kind of felt the sock was like, it would be different. It wouldn't. I just would like it better if it wasn't a sock. If it maybe been like a locket or something like really precious to Toby, like not something stupid. Maybe something that he actually cherishes forever, like a locket, or maybe like a picture or something like that, and of like his dead parents or something, and he ripped them up. That would have been like really evil. Like that would have been like pissed a lot of people off. But whatever. And so I got like 15. I got like a couple more seconds. Well, that's about it for my thing. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace, sayonara, and all that good stuff. Ciao.